our Weight Loss Wednesday. We are taking 3 of your questions. We're making sure that we answer them to the best of our ability, and please keep them coming. I do love answering your questions. I do feel like I'm able to reach more people by doing this, so thank you too for sending those questions in. Let's get right into it now. These are some great questions today, and I do hope that you tuned into the previous Cabral concept. So every day I like to do the Cabral concept, the main topic, and then I like to take a few questions from our audience and from you. And I try to pull those questions and relate them to the topic as much as humanly possible. And today, I hope that you tuned in to our topic of skinny fat and basically how people lose weight, but they still don't look like they're in great shape. So if you didn't tune in, definitely check that out because I give so many details on that. Now today, first question, really tied into this topic. It's from Rick. Rick asks, why do I seem to lose weight except for my stomach? So basically, Rick is asking a super common question. Okay, we don't just get this from men either. We also get it from women. However, women seem to sometimes hold it around their hips and triceps, a little bit different. When women do hold it around their hips, I'll talk about that in the future. I'm always kind of jumping around, but that can be more estrogen-based. So the estrogen to progesterone ratios are just off. They're typically higher on those estrogen side. But again, we'll talk about that on a female hormones topic. So today, why can't you lose it around the middle? Well, for guys, I can tell you from working with thousands of men on body transformation, literally, our team has done over 200,000 body transformation sessions. And the stomach area is always the last to go for guys. However, there's good news. We can fix that. It means a couple different things. One is it's just the last piece of the puzzle. If you've already seen your arms get leaner, your legs get leaner, you've seen underneath the pectoral muscles get leaner, like right around that armpit area, then that means that stomach is the last piece of the puzzle. So we need to either up the ante on your nutrition or we need to up the ante on your exercise routine. So, and we can do that. Absolutely, we can do that. We can tweak a few things. We can also use things like the Dr. Cabral detox or a detox in general to just tweak that again to keep burning that belly fat. Or you can look at these two things. Now, if you're really dialed in on the nutrition and you've dialed in on your exercise, but you're like, I just can't get rid of this belly fat around my belly button. Well, two things it can be. One thing I found on myself, I'm glad that I found it out a while ago, but it was about a decade ago. I would do different photo shoots, different things like that back in the day, and I would say, okay, I'm leaning down, I'm in the single digits. Why is there this little pocket around my belly button? What I found was this. I could not eat dairy. Now, I don't get any sensitivities to dairy in terms of like gas, bloating, indigestion, any of those things. I do get sinus congestion, believe it or not. It is tied to dairy for me. But I seem to just hold water around my belly button. It just gets basically puffy, it looks softer. And so this is a tip that I've given to a lot of guys. All we did was just eliminate dairy, milk, cheese, whey protein, casein protein, any dairy in any form, and then we add in grass-fed butter or butter if they do want that in the future. And sometimes that's all it is. We don't cut calories, we don't do more cardio, we do anything. So if that's you, do try that. It worked tremendously for me. Everything flattened right out within a week. It was amazing. So that's a really easy fix if that's the thing. And you can also just do a food sensitivity test. It's called IgG testing. I'll link it up in the show notes. Very, very simple, very straightforward. We do hundreds of tests for food sensitivity testing, and everybody loves it because everybody finds at least 2 or 3 things they're sensitive to. Now, the other reason is, the reason why you might not be losing around that belly button is because directly around the waist is tied to insulin sensitivity and your ability to utilize glucose. So you do have to watch your carbs. You do have to watch for your body's ability to dial in that sugar. I would check your morning glucose levels just by using a little glucometer. It should be below 95, that number you see in the glucometer. Make sure that your blood sugar levels are within ratio. If not, we work on things like no starchy carbs before bed and different tweaks like that. And again, at that point, I would certainly recommend doing a 7-day detox or longer if you choose to. So try all of those suggestions. Try eliminating dairy, maybe do the food sensitivity test, check your blood sugar, make sure that's good. If you haven't already dialed up the nutrition and the exercise, you can try that as well. But sometimes it's a really simple fix like it was for me. All right, question number two is from Sarah. Will I ever be able to eat carbs again? All right, great question. So our diet is not different than that. I use a very specific plan. I've been using it for decades, and the reason I've been using it is because it works. And it's been working now for, let's say millennia. And so what we do is we find people's carbohydrate sensitivity. which means we have to eliminate first, and we add in, we find out your sensitivity. We do it in a very scientific, very strategic manner, and it works phenomenally well. And people get to have cheat meals, and they really enjoy it. They really like it. Now, some people, the endomorphic body type, the kapha body type from Ayurvedic medicine, are more sensitive to carbohydrates. There are ways around it using, again, strategic cheat meals, saving those carbs for those cheat meals, saving the carbs. Let's talk about this. So when can you have carbs? Well, the best time if you're sensitive to carbs are directly after the workout, right? Because we have something around 70 grams of glucose stored in the liver. We have about 50 grams or so stored in the blood. We're going to use up that. We're going to tap into that. Your body then wants to replenish it. So why not an hour or so after your workout, when you're having that meal, if you're looking for body transformation, again, in a previous show, I talked about when to eat after your workout right away, an hour later, 2 hours later, go back, check that one out. So here's the thing, if you're sensitive to carbohydrates, the best time to eat them are directly after your workout because you're going to best be able to utilize them. So pick your favorite carbohydrate, hopefully it's a healthy one, if not, save it for a cheat meal, and have it directly after your workout. That will allow you to better utilize that sugar, the starch, the glucose that are in those carbohydrates. And then, as your body gets healthier, as you're better able to utilize glucose or sugar, glucose is just sugar, everything breaks down to sugar for carbohydrates, then you might be able to have more in that AM smoothie like I talked about, my favorite AM smoothies, and then after your workout as well. And then you'll be able to have some for your lunch as well, and then maybe not for dinner, and then maybe for dinner as well. Again, it's just building in, it's finding your tolerance to carbohydrates. When that will change really depends on your body's ability to utilize sugar. And that is part body type, and it is part shape-wise, health-wise, how much your body is looking to burn sugar instead of body fat. Hopefully that answers your question. So use that tip. Eat your favorite carbs after your workout. Wait about an hour and then eat them if you're looking to lose weight. Okay, third question is from Tiffany. And Tiffany is asking, I can't seem to digest coconut oil. Okay. So great question. So her longer question was, I've heard about the benefits of coconut oil. A lot of people add it into their paleo-based diets. They're using it because it's a saturated fat. It also contains things called medium-chain triglycerides. I use it in my practice because it has caprylic acid, a lot of other things as well, which is great for killing yeast and it's like antimicrobial, so it's great for killing all those critters in your gut, which I obviously work with a ton of people with SIBO, and I work with a ton of people with Candida, and all of those specific things. And we get tremendous results for those. Why? Because I had to go through it myself, and I found out that most of the stuff out there is just literally, it doesn't work. It just simply doesn't work. You can't starve Candida. It doesn't work that way. You actually have to do this strategically by breaking down biofilm layers and all of those things. Again, this isn't the show on Candida. We will absolutely get to that topic. Today, why can't we digest coconut oil? Tiffany asks. Well, here's the big thing. Not everyone has this super robust digestive system that just sheds off saturated fats, that just is able to digest these heavy fats. Grass-fed butter, coconut oil, ghee, some of these things, although healthy, right? Not healthy for everyone, but healthy for a lot of people, are not able to be broken down and digested by everyone. Why? Well, maybe they lack hydrochloric acid in the stomach, which leads to less bile production from the liver and gallbladder that drops in this first part of the small intestine called the duodenum, which a lot of that fat is then emulsified and broken down, right? It's being shredded, ripped apart, pulled apart. Well, if you don't have great hydrochloric acid in the stomach and you're not producing good bile, well, you have a really difficult time breaking down fats, and you're going to have to rely more on enzymes like lipases. So here's the thing. If digestion is weak, you're not going to be able to digest a lot of fats. So I recommend, yes, although coconut oil can be good for some people, it's not a prerequisite. You don't need to eat it to be healthy. So why not stick to more monounsaturated fats like olive oil, or adding a little avocado to your salads or veggies, or making an avocado mash that can be spread. All of those things can be fantastic as well. And again, you don't need to have coconut oil. If you need the caprylic acid for yeast-based things, well, you can take that in a capsule form, and it works even better because it's at a higher concentration. So here's the thing. There are no foods that you have to eat. I really want to get that point and drive it home. You do not need to eat any foods. No foods in particular. There are so many healthy choices to choose from, so one diet does not have to be your diet, and you can still be paleo without eating everything coconut. And just like you don't have to eat bacon, but that's a different topic. All right, so hopefully that answers your question. When your digestive system gets stronger, you then may be able to break down coconut oil to a better degree. For now, try to eliminate it, go with easier to digest fats, and then strengthen the digestive system. Maybe a little bit of ginger tea with meals, maybe adding in a little bit of bile, all those different specific products which I talk about in my digestive strengthening regime. Do that as well. If you really like, I want coconut oil, then strengthen your digestive system. Just do one or the other, because you're not getting the benefits right now. Remember, if you can't break the food down, even though it's a good food, it's not doing you any benefit. Hopefully that answers your question, Tiffany. Thank you everyone for submitting them. Keep them coming. I will keep answering them. Thank you again for tuning in to another Cabral House Call. Thank you for just tuning into the Cabral Concepts. We've been getting a lot of questions lately about what next? What can I do next? And so what I'd like to say is if you want to take your wellness, weight loss, or anti-aging goals to that next level, I'd say this. We have 3 options for people to start with, and you can just see if it's the right fit for you. What we do is we have the ability for you to simply click the Start Here button on the StephenCabral.com website, and you can choose 3 options, the best one that fits your needs. The first one is simply getting more details on how we work with clients in our wellness practice. So it could be options on functional medicine lab testing, it could just be on free recipes. We have our exact workout templates, everything that you need to just get started. The second level is completing the Dr. Cabral detox. Anywhere from 7, 14, or 21 days, it's the absolute best way to lose weight and improve your wellness. And we guarantee it. I mean, there's very few people that do guarantee their work. We absolutely guarantee that you will get results with this. And the third way is that you can do complete personalized wellness planning. And that includes choosing one of the functional medicine labs that we have on the website, or multiple if you would like, getting those labs shipped to you, completing the lab right at home, and then we send you in about 3 weeks after that a complete personalized wellness plan that includes everything our wellness clients and weight loss clients get at our Boston practice. So all you have to do is simply go to StephenCabral.com, click on the Start Here button, and you can get started and choose the level that works for you.